Welcome to the Emergency Management Do One Thing personal video training series. My name is Quentin Graham. As an emergency manager, it is our goal to provide continuous training towards making a disaster resilient installation. What this means is that as an installation team, we respond together to quickly save lives, mitigate the hazard, and return to normal operations. Because we, the installations, are the backbone for the warfighter. This series focuses on completing one thing each month to become more prepared. We use the Do One Thing program. Now, for the next essential topic, your instructor.
Hi, and welcome back for the month of September. This is Do One Thing with Quentin Graham, Emergency Manager at Sea Army Depot. This month we're talking about Be Informed. Small steps to prepare your community for emergencies. Having good information helps make good decisions, but information and time can be hard to find in an emergency. Plan ahead to make sure you have the information you need in an emergency. So let's look at the Do One Thing calendar. We're currently in the month of September. Be informed. You can see the other topics that we use for the other months. Disaster environment. Thinking through what to do beforehand makes it easier to make good decisions in an emergency. Think through what might happen and how it would affect you and your household. Talk about it to your family members, people who count on you, and people that you count on. Plan to solve any problems that you find in advance. Choose one thing to do this month. Make sure everyone in your family knows what to do when they hear emergency warnings. Get a NOAA emergency alert radio. Make sure everyone in your household can communicate during a disaster. Option 1. Make sure everyone in your family knows what to do when they hear an emergency warning. Emergency warnings. Find out how your community sends out warnings and emergency information. Are there outdoor warning sirens, mass notification, social media, or is it door-to-door notification? For Sea Army Depot, we utilize what's called the alert system. Outdoor warning sirens. Even if people can hear the sirens indoors when they are tested, and bad weather, wind can keep sounds from carrying in other noises, like rain and thunder can drown them out. Not every community has the same siren procedure. Some sirens may be set off by the county 911 center. Others might be set off by the local police or fire department. Some communities might have a siren that goes off all through a particular warning. Some communities might just sound a siren at the beginning and have an all-clear blast at the end. Sirens might not just be for tornadoes. We utilize them for earthquakes. Sirens could also be used for dam break warnings. Not really at Sea Army Depot, but maybe if you're in Lake Orville. If they're near dams, or evacuation warnings if you're near a nuclear power plant or other dangerous sites. Warning sirens are only meant to warn people who are outdoors. You may not be able to hear them when you're inside, especially in bad weather. Find out if your community has sirens, when they will be used, and tested. Make sure everyone in your family knows what to do when the sirens sound. Take cover. Go into your nearest shelter. Tune in. Check TV, radio, or the internet for more information. Never call 911 to find out what's going on in an emergency. So, mass notification systems. Many communities use systems that send out phone calls, text messages, or emails in an emergency. Sea Army Depot utilizes the alert system. Find out what your community uses and if you have to sign up in order to be included. Make sure everyone in your family can get the messages and knows what to do. Also, Lassen County utilizes Code Red, which is an application that you can download on your phone. Assistive technology. If you use assistive technology to communicate, make sure you can receive the messages your community sends out. If you have questions, contact your local emergency manager. Option 2. Get a NOAA emergency alert radio. weather information and warnings for your location. That's what they do. Other emergency alerts can turn themselves on to notify you when there is a warning. Adapters are available to provide flashing light or vibration alerts. And yes, emergency alert radios are utilized within Lassen County, California. Weather emergency alerts. Most cell phone providers automatically send you text alerts when there is a weather warning in your area. You have to double check your settings and make sure that you have turned these on to receive some of these types of warnings. Smartphone apps can also let you know when a warning is used. Option 3. Make sure the people you care about can communicate in a disaster. Live emergency broadcasts may not be closed captioned. Information that is shown on screen may not be spoken aloud or described. Automated voices and emergency messages sometimes can be hard to understand. Words moving across a screen may move very quickly. Screen or text color may be hard to read for some individuals. If you think you may have trouble understanding emergency instructions, look for smartphone apps and other tools that can make understanding easier. Identify a friend or family member who you can call in an emergency for help interpreting emergency instructions. Keep a pad of paper ready to write down those emergency instructions. So, smartphone tools. Getting emergency information. There's those emergency alert apps. Making responses easier. Apps that help remember what steps to take. And there's several available for download. Emergency planning apps. There's even those that are from FEMA or maybe something else that you like, preferably. So, communicating with others, there's language translation apps, especially if you're going to be going overseas for a temporary amount of time. Maybe that's something you might want to consider. An emergency button is an app that quickly sends messages to people that you choose. Information seeking. Looking for information is a natural thing to do in a disaster, but it takes time that you may not have. Many disasters develop very quickly. Opportunities to act safely may not be available as time goes by. Educate yourself now about what could happen in your community so you can act quickly when you need to. Because you know your family needs and limitations better than anyone else. Take steps now to make sure that your loved ones have the information they need in a disaster. So thank you for tuning into this month, September. And for next month will be October. We're discussing power. When the power goes out, you may lose other important resources. Make a plan to make sure that you'll have what you need in a power outage. Find out how to keep yourself and your family safe. For more information, my name again is Quentin Graham, Sea Army Depot Emergency Manager. You can check out the Do One Thing website at www.doonething.com.